Good morning, traders. Today is our free video of our stock market strategy video for June 9th. Take a good look at it. We have a phenomenal trading week this week based off of crude oil and gold stocks, and of course the future itself. We offer a daily strategy video for $15, and of course the Pro Trader Premier video, which gives us intraday levels where price would adhere to. Something to take a look at. It's bar none, guys. I'm telling you. Take a look at the video, the professional video for pennies on the dollar. These are professional research that we give you for pennies on the dollar. Enjoy your weekend. Good morning, traders. Welcome to the TMT Stock Market Strategy video for Friday, June 9th. Okay, guys, no smoking gun. We kind of expected that to be. I don't think that Comey would put himself out there, even though there was definitely some kind of shenanigans going on. Nonetheless, the markets are ready to go and move higher now. We have had some consolidation for 5 days. That's probably good enough to say that the markets are going to move again. Also, we had nice movement in the Russell 2000, which is our secondary leader of the 5 indices that we follow. Transports had a doji day, so inside day. Probably some of the bigger guys collecting some orders to move this market high. Remember, the markets are not long enough, meaning that we still need a lot more retail to buy this market at these all-time highs with these valuations that are through the roof. Once that happens, and once that subsides, and we get everybody long, then I think that's going to be it. And I think the 25.50 is going to be is where we are. So we need to take out this little consolidation. Let me just draw a little line here. All right. Once we take that little consolidation out, I think that's going to catapult us to more new highs. That area to look for today is 24.40. 24.40 in the ES we need to get taken out, and then I think we go higher. We go much higher. Okay, don't short the market. It's not ready yet. I would not be building a short position unless you have a huge trading account, and if you do not, I'd be waiting for a perfect time. Let's see that. Let us time the market for you as far as when we call official top. At the moment, it's not there. Everybody wants to get long the market at these levels. Remember, buyers are higher, sellers are lower. So, and it's not supposed to be that way, obviously. But unfortunately, that's what the federal government wants everybody to believe, and keep buying the market because everything is just rosy out there. Okay. Next is going to be the NQ. And again, same concept with the ES. We have consolidated for 5 trading days, and we need to take out the 50. I'm just going to round it off to 58.96 to 5,900. Okay, 21 EMA is going to be your support level down here. All right, you could even get a little high as 58.22, but that's it, guys. That's the 5 day. We just literally have been consolidating, ready to go. The Nasdaq just will not go down. I mean, there's no reason to short the Nasdaq. It will not go down, and the reason why is because every fund manager is long all the FANG stocks. We talked about what the shenanigans, how they play it. They just pound the VIX into oblivion, and they just buy all of the FANG stocks, the Apple, the Google, the Baidus. Well, that's not a FANG stock, but it's basically Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google L. Those are the ones that just continually move higher because that's what moves the market. Remember that, okay? So you got a big facade going on here in the marketplace, but that doesn't mean we can't make money on the long side. Just to know what's going on. Crude oil. We had some really nice calls in the crude right here off the bounce. The inventory number put a kibosh on it. Now it's rolling back down again. We are coming into some very, very big support area right here. This area here is big. If we lose this area, we will get back to the 42.95 to 43 area here. Okay, now, how do you play this? Well, you can't catch a falling knife. I would never look to buy anything that's been really falling down and really getting clobbered like crude oil has. We talked about the supply issues. We have major supply issues out there, and I've been telling you crude oil right from here. I don't think this goes any higher. Way back in the beginning of the year, we sold off once. We rallied. Corrective. This is a corrective rally. Sold off again. Corrective. Because why? Because obviously every time when you get oversold, you're going to get a rally. It's going to push higher. Those algos like to buy all the time. So when this market gets into some support and they know it, they're going to buy it. But what do you have here? Lower lows and lower highs. I mean, it's just there's no reason to absolutely buy crude oil unless it's for a day trade. Okay, RSI on sell signal, MACD on sell signal. This is the area I'm watching for today, actually today and next couple of days. It's going to be interesting because the COT report comes out today, and of course I'll have that for you, breakdown analysis on Monday morning to see where the producers are. But as you remember, if you go back to Monday's video, I had mentioned, guys, it looks like crude still has a little bit more room to go to the downside. There will be some rallies in between, okay, just like we did here and here, but nonetheless we continue to move in one direction, which is lower. Okay, so I'm looking for some of these crude oil stocks, that the oil stocks that we mentioned, the Baker Hughes, the BHIs, the HAL, the APA, the SLB, the EOG. Those are the good solid companies that have been holding up through a lot of this. Now you get crude oil to move higher, you get a risk on environment in the S&P 500. The path of least resistance is going to be to the upside, but I do not want to see you guys go just buy it because it's down and it's oversold. Oversold is not a sell signal. Overbought is not a buy signal. Please remember that, okay? But pay attention to those stocks. If you're watching them and you get a signal to go long, you're going to get a better shot at making some money than trying to short the S&P or to short NASDAQ, okay? Just trying to keep you guys at the best advantage possible. Gold, same thing. We talked about gold. No smoking gun, gold's going to sell off, and sure enough, that's what I said on Wednesday's video, and now we have gold coming back into the apex of this triangle. I think that without GDX, and you can see here is GDX, I'll just overlay these real quick. GDX had a great day. We took out that about 2 weeks of consolidation, and I said I want to see another day here before I get excited, and I knew, it's not that it's that you just have a good gut feeling. But doing this so long, and especially watching gold for many years and knowing how to trade it, I had a funny feeling that it was, again, this was all based on a risk off type trade, a safe haven play because of what's going on Thursday. Okay, well now let's see what happens with gold. I think gold starts to sell off. We are into a seasonal time of weakness in gold. So I'm watching this to break down a little bit, and let's see if we can get some good movement to the downside in GC. Okay, same thing with GDX. GDX needs to move, guys. If we don't get GDX to move to the upside, you're going to have GDX start to fall apart again. All right, and that's what I'm looking for. And for the gold stock play, take a look at some of those miners to get short. You got GOLD, all right, gold itself. That's a good stock to trade. It's a high number, but it's a good stock to trade. AEM, NEM, as you know, you could even trade GDX if you wanted to. So pay attention to some of those gold stocks. Bonds, very similar to what gold will be doing. Some of you guys are still long off of the gap fill. That's great. Just protect your profits. Below the 21 EMA, I'd be getting out because I think bonds is, again, other than small corrective rallies, bonds are a big short and here to stay. Right up in here, we rally, we corrective, we sell off, we rally, we sell off, rally, sell off, and we're in this big consolidation. At one point, this area here is going to get lost, and we're just going to continue to go down. Rates are going to go up. We talked about the rate stuff. If rates are rising higher, take a look at some of those banks. I think the banks are dogs, but I do think that, for a play, because what do? We try to capitalize on taking money out of the markets. There's no reason not to go and play some of those bank stocks if the yields are going higher, or if yields are starting to really get pounded. Those bank stocks are really going to get hurt. Okay. TLT, same thing, guys. I know you got some along. We're sitting on the 21 EMA. Below this 123, 23, I would get out and look for higher price. Get out of your long trade. But if not, holding true, the 21 EMA needs to hold for the continuation of this gap fill of this area here. Transports had a small doji day. I know you really can't see it. We have our, but right up in here is a small doji day, held up relatively well, and is outside of that descending triangle upper end of the range. I want to see the 168.13 hold, 171.34. If we could take this out, and this is why I'm very excited to see. I want to see this market really just rip to the upside and really start to move higher, because that's going to give us the ideal short of the decade. I'm telling you, this summer is going to be a very good trading summer. It's not going to be like we had the doldrums like last year where we went into consolidation from July all the way up until the election. I do think that we will get consolidation, but I do think there are going to be some great days to make some big money. So the transports need to really get going. But look what happened with the IWM yesterday. Nice move in the IWM, 140.95, 141.80 resistance. We take that out, guys, and Russell starts to move. This is going to give me some great evidence that we've regained our fifth wave, and we're going to move higher, okay, up to that area, that target area of 2500 to 2550 in the ES. Okay, but this looks very good so far. Last is going to be your Qs. Qs again, same thing with like the Nasdaq, consolidated here. Pay attention to those FANG stocks, guys. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Those guys are moving the whole market. All right, the money managers, fund managers, all they do is buy the market. You'll see it if you put the VIX on. VIX is trading at historical lows, and they just keep pounding it. One day, it's going to change. You're going to have the VIX explode high, and all little shorts were going to get clobbered. They're just going to get clobbered. They're going to rip your face off, short cover and rally, where VIX will go from 9 to 17 in a matter of days. I've seen it, but unfortunately, until that happens, they're just going to just keep pounding this thing down, and just stretch that rubber band where the VIX is at extremes and the S&P's at extremes. Valuations are extreme, and there's going to be one little catalyst to move this market lower. The algos, they turn the switch and they start selling every rally. So just pay attention to that. We're not there yet, but of course we will let you know when that happens. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you on Monday with a big report, with the COT report as well.